Okay, we are live. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Joining you live with some breaking travel news. This may affect you if you are a member of this community and you are Black woman solo traveler. If you want to perhaps travel or move abroad, these are some things that could affect you. I'm bringing you live and breaking news on this channel. Live and breaking news. So, who is joining me this morning or afternoon or evening, depending upon where you are in the world? We know we're out here in these travel streets. We love to see it. We love to hear it. Let me know where you are traveling. If you are traveling, let me know where you are. Let me know where you're planning to go. Okay? Come on in, say hello. I see we've got some people joining us. Hello, everyone. Come on in, say hello. Before I get started, I want to just show you. Today, we're going to talk about travel changes and breaking travel news, what you may need to know. Some of this is just news that just broke recently. So I want you guys to be, I want everyone, we need to be prepared, right? Considering who's in office. We had some incidents that happened last week that are affecting could potentially affect travel. So also this is also a great preview. This type of content will be available in my new Patreon community. There will be a link in this caption. You all can check it out. It is going to be exclusive content. So a variety of tiers designed for those of you who want to be members. We've got different categories, things available. I'll still be here on YouTube, of course. But I would like to offer some exclusive content for folks as you prepare upon your solo travel and or your move abroad journey. So I've got some special things planned for you. Stay tuned for those. You'll see those as this community is rolled out. Some of you have definitely been asking me about creating a travel community, and that's finally done. I'm glad this is, listen, finally done. So stay tuned for that. But I will definitely be covering more travel news and more exclusive content and how that will affect members of this community who are solo traveling or moving abroad, either or. So let's get it started, y'all. I see we've got a few people here joining. Hello, everyone. Hello, those of you who are joining. Please come on in, say hello. I'm thrilled to have you here. Um, Thrilled to have you here. I hope your Thursday is going well. So let's talk about this recent news that just kind of broke overnight, right? Just broke overnight.
Officials tell CBS News President Trump signed a proclamation to ban travel from certain countries, citing national security risks. Trump's proclamation fully restricts and limits the entry of nationals from 12 countries, including Afghanistan, Burma, Chad, and the others you see on that list there. Now, it partially restricts entry of people from 7 countries, including Cuba, Sierra Leone, Venezuela, and more. Officials say that the action is due to high level of risk to the United States, and exceptions will be allowed for lawful permanent residents, existing visa holders, and some other categories, officials said.
Okay, so we heard that there are some new travel restrictions, travel bans, depending upon where you are traveling to. Um, Things are constantly changing, and a lot of this was it's being suspected was is brought about according to Trump's own words because of what happened over the weekend with the terrorist incident. But as we're seeing now these changes, let me just add the story back up to the stage here. Um, it is affecting, right? It will affect travel. So let's look at those countries. We've got restrictions and limiting of entry of nationals from Afghanistan, Burma, Chad, Republic of the Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. That is a significant change. Um, Previously, during his last administration, Trump had tried to do some similar things. He is now continuing with this. I am particularly interested. I mean, look at these countries: Congo, African nation, right? Haiti, black country. You've got Sudan, you've got Yemen, Libya, all of these countries. This is significant. You never know. There could be people with partners, in these particular countries. This is why we have to keep ourselves aware of what's going on, but restricting and limiting entry of people, of nationals from these particular countries. Now, there are some caveats, right? But it's important that we know what's going on so that we're prepared. What else? There's also some other news as well.
Immigration officials tell CBS News
There's also some other news. If you are
travel from certain countries citing.
Sorry, there's also some other news. If you are traveling to Jamaica, right? Let's talk about that and kind of what that means if you are traveling to Jamaica. It's actually not bad news. It's also potentially good news. Here we go. Let's talk about it.
You were headed to Jamaica anytime soon. Must be nice. The United States easing its overall travel warning for the popular Caribbean destination, although there are still some things that they recommend before you book. The risk level lowered to a 2, which means exercise increased caution. Travelers still being told to avoid specific communities across that country because of ongoing safety concerns. The State Department has urged Americans not to walk or drive at night and to avoid public buses, to keep a low profile, and the list of parishes, including parts of Montego Bay and Kingston. We've got a full list on our website at WFAA.com. Meanwhile,
now that's really important news. They have lowered the travel risk, right? It was previously, I believe it was probably like a 3 or a 4 or a 4 perhaps. Now it's a 2. So they've lowered the travel risk, the State Department. They've lowered the travel risk. There are still warnings, as that report mentioned, right? You do want to be careful if you're traveling in like Kingston, Montego Bay areas. If you're using public transportation, you do want to be careful. They advise against not traveling in certain areas at night. But Jamaica is often a very popular tourist destination for many Americans as far as traveling back and forth to the Caribbean. So this is actually good news in a lot of instances. I don't know if members of this community, one of the things that I do is keep a general idea of State Department news. And I look at it with a grain of salt because on one level, now the US is now many countries, especially in the EU, have issued travel advisories and warnings of their citizens traveling to the US. And we know that countries like the Bahamas have even issued travel warnings of their citizens traveling to the US. So it's still important to know what the State Department is talking about in terms of whether there are increased warnings, whether you have more risk of kidnapping. I want to say that there was an alert issued recently for Colombia with increased risk of kidnapping, especially in light of some recent things that have happened to some passport bros in that area, or basically single men traveling for sex tourism. So you do want to be very careful and cautious, right? As always. I would rather be more prepared than less prepared. So I do keep an eye, keep just in general, if there's going to be an area that I am traveling to, I'm looking to see if the State Department has any specific warnings. When I went to Turkey in August, one of the things that they mentioned is that Istanbul, for example, that region had a lower risk. The area where I was going, which was outside of Antalya, it had a higher risk level. And it mentioned some specific things you should look out for. I always feel like it's better to be prepared than not, right? So you one part of traveling, whether it's you're going on a solo trip, a group trip, or whatever, it's about being prepared. So I want members of this community to be prepared as we're out here in these travel streets. Do you all have any questions? This is just going to be a really short, quick live video. Any questions about changes to travel plans? I will do another video, and I'll probably do some exclusive content in my new Patreon community talking about EU travel and how that could really change if you are traveling to the EU from America. There is an extensive amount of changes. It will not be as easy as it used to be. Before, you only needed your US passport. Now you're going to need one other documentation if you're traveling to the EU or any of the Schengen zone areas in 2026. And this has been stuff that has been announced really for like the past 5 years or so. It has been one delay after another, but it's important to know these changes before, we start making our travel plans. So that'll be an example of content that will be available exclusively in my new Patreon community. There will be a link in the caption of this video to tell you more if you'd like to learn more information. Do we have any questions while I'm here? Any questions you all have about solo traveling, moving abroad, my life here in Paris? I moved here in January of 2023, and I've been here ever since. I am here in France on a visa. My life here, you can see from my YouTube channel, it is like the life that I'm curating, right? And so you get a chance to see my adventures here in Paris. But again, I'm going to be doing some more exclusive content on my Patreon channel. So you'll see a little bit more details and a little bit more up close of my life here in Paris. Are there any questions? Thank you all for joining me. If I don't have any more questions, please, now's the chance to ask me whatever it is that you'd like to ask. Leave a comment. And if you're joining this in the future, leave a comment in the comments. I'll still definitely try to come back and answer it if I see it. So if I don't have any questions, I'm going to hop off of here. I'm going to enjoy my day. I hope that you all have a great day wherever you are. Don't forget, I will add more information about the new Patreon community in the comments. Give me like 10 minutes, y'all, and I'll add that information. Thank you so much for joining me. If I don't have any questions, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. Thank you again and have a great day. Hey, Ayana G's House of Style. Hi there. Good morning. If we don't have any more questions, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. Thank you for joining me, Ayana G's House of Style. Thank you. Thank you so much. Any questions, y'all? Any questions? Thank you for those of you all who are joining me on this live. I'm going to be coming live more often. And again, as I mentioned before, join my new Patreon community. You'll have more exclusive content designed for those of you who are looking to solo travel, move abroad. If you don't know where to start, if you're confused about, you don't know where to start, right? You want to move abroad. You want to travel more. This is a community for you. You'll have exclusive sneak peeks into my life here in Paris and my life as a solo traveler. Anything else you want to add? Anybody else? Thank you for joining me, Ayana G. Thank you so much. I'm going to get off of here. Thank you guys. I will talk to you on the next live.